you know. And I keep stressing on it, but all they need is a right major crisis to roll out this whole New World Order agenda that they have, just to put a seal on it. You know, because that's what they want. They want chaos in the streets. They want anarchy. So it'll justify them in making the so-called president, you know, a president for life, you know, and then it will give them broader powers, because then they can bring in FEMA, you know, and bring in the martial law troops and all these different other troops and military and National Guard and reserves to the streets of America and lay down the so-called anarchy. And that's the point that we're at right now. You know, but what the Lord said, read it real quick. This is the book of Job. This is book of Job, chapter 5, and verse 12. It says, He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And what's their enterprise? Their enterprise is the New World Order. On the back of your dollar bill, it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, and above that it says Annuit Coeptis. You know, so basically announcing the in layman's terms, so to speak, announcing the birth of the New World Order, or their enterprise has been crowned with success. But it's not going to be crowned with success. Just because you put it on your dollar bill don't mean that you're successful at it, because the Most High is going to throw a monkey wrench in your plans. You're talking about you Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and the rest of you international rich banking families of the world. Your plans are not going to work, because the Most High is going to throw a monkey wrench in your plans.
Can I read this real quick? This is a list of some executive orders, right? Now, this was in December 30th, 2009, Barack Obama issued this order. And it says here, Executive Order 13527. Now listen to this. It says, establishing federal capability for the timely provision of medical countermeasures following a biological attack. And that was back in 2009. All right, I'm gonna check some more, and I'll read them to you.
Yeah, because those executive orders they got a lot of executive orders that are been passed, you know, by the president, which he can if in the case of a national emergency, he could declare himself to be a dictator for life. You know, I mean, if a national emergency is declared, Congress can't review it for 6 months. Or whatever the length of the duration of the crisis is. You know, so these executive orders are in place because this devil, even though he's the devil, he still tries to do things, you know, by the books, so to speak. Even though they're wicked and evil, but they have to have everything on the books.
Yeah, his books.
In his books, exactly.
Yeah, because they write it as they go along.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And that's right. They write it as they go along. That's why. Oh, matter of fact, before I go there, let me finish this up. Verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. There goes again, and from their mouth. We were speaking about before, the tumults, you know. It says, and from the hand of the mighty. And who's the mighty? Esau. You know, these are international bankers with all the weapons and military and stuff. You can't fight against them. So the Most High got to fight against them for you. It says, so the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Because all this stuff that they spoke, they're putting it into motion, but the Most High is going to stop it. Because they're not going to be able to fulfill their New World Order. It says, behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth, therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. The 6 troubles is talking about the 6th trumpet. Because between the end of the 6th and the beginning of the 7th, that's where the destruction is coming in and the deliverance. So the Lord said, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Because at the end of that, in the six troubles, that's going when all hell's going to be breaking out here. But then when the seventh comes, which is completion, that's when the destruction is coming, and at the same time the deliverance of the elect of the nation of Israel. So that's what the scriptures say. Matter of fact, it says that you're going to see 10,000 die on one side and certain amount on the other side, but it's not going to come near the elect. This is Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noise and pestilence, which is what? This is talking about this, destruction. It says, He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. What's that? Those are the chariots. It says, His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. See, so like we were speaking earlier, that this truth is what you're going to be armed with in that time. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, and it shall not come nigh thee. So those of the elect, the destruction ain't going to touch you. You know, you're going to be delivered. And right now, you know, this turmoil that's going on in America, and it's going to escalate, you know, the same thing, the Lord's going to protect you from that too. Those of the elect. You're not going to be caught up in that.
Yeah, I got another scripture. This is Isaiah 13, and I'm going to start at the 6th verse. It says, Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. 7. Therefore all hands shall be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. No, that's when that's gonna come after martial law. You know, after the or during the concentration camps, during the chipping period. Okay, that's a new term we're gonna use. During the chipping period. All right. The hour of chipping. 8. And they shall be afraid. You're going to have Esau being afraid. You're going to have Jake being afraid. People that don't understand being afraid, pursuant to Isaiah 33:6 that you just mentioned. If they don't know what's going on, they're going to bug out. And you women are damn sure. You women that call yourself being in the truth, if you ain't a part of the elect, you're going to bug out. A lot of you niggas that call yourself Israelites, that call yourself going out there on the highways and the byways, the ones of you that ain't right, the most you're gonna get caught up in this, man. And then you're gonna be presented with the chip, and your false teachers like Nate and Johanna, you've been taught, you know, you've been brainwashed to the fact that that's not the mark of the beast, so you can take it. See, that's their job, man. That's their job, to deceive you. Okay. It says 8th verse, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold on them, of them rather. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames, right? 9th verse, it says, Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and He shall destroy the sinners thereof, which is Israel, thereof out of it. So you